You can let us know. Oh, there we go. Should be able, you can let us know if I'm getting seen in the screen.
Yeah.
Camera need to be moved.
Let me just there now. See you, but I can't see the work.
That's fine, as long as you
Yeah.
see me.
Right.
Hi gang, how's it going? Let us know if the video's okay and let us know if the sound's okay before we start.
The video's good, sounds good.
Good,
Yep.
good. Right. Following on from last night, I was watching Rich Bennett last night on his live. I joined in at the end. He was doing pouring painting, which turned out absolutely brilliant, I've got to say. If you haven't seen any of his stuff, hop over to his channel, subscribe to him. He's a great guy. I said to him that I'd do a follow on tonight and do some colouring tonight. So what I've done, I've prepped some blanks. I've got a vase on the lathe which is already turned, been sanded to 400 and has got sand and sealer on. I've got a bowl blank down on my pallet here, and I've got another bowl blank and a small wall hanging. So we're going to be concentrating on colouring tonight. I'm predominantly going to be using Joe Sonia paints, Joe Sonia Iridescent paints. But the first piece I'm going to do is one that I started doing probably a couple of years ago now, and it's a water drop bowl. So it's been sanded to 400, the bottom's been finished, top's been sanded to 400, it's had a coat of sand and sealer on, and it's had a base coat of blue rattle can paint that basically I just buy from Halfords. So I'll get the camera adjusted and then we'll come back and we'll get going.
Jen's woodworking. She's saying hello.
Hi Jen.
Turn by high low. Yes, hello.
Hi Turn.
There's fuel coming in now.
Right, so like I said, I've got the bowl here, the bowl blank. Bottom's all nicely finished. The top has been sanded to 400. Acrylic sand and sealer applied, that's been knocked back. And it's had a base coat of Gadget Blue. That's what's on there at the moment, Gadget Blue. I'll put that out there because I'm sure there'll be spray something like that I don't want to.
Glenn's Senior's asking who's in the shop with you. It's me!
It's Paula! Paula's back in. So what I'm going to do now, I've just got a water scusher and I'm just going to put some drops on the top. Hopefully a mixture of big drops and small ones.
Hi Billy Burt.
I suppose you could say this is one of my signature pieces, although I didn't invent it. This technique has been around for years, at least since the 70s anyway, when people used to do it on motorcycle helmets and motorcycle tanks and things like that. Just want to see if I can get a couple of few bigger drops.
Hi everyone. Hiya Glenn. Yes, I did hear about Bryn with the vape.
Right, that's the water on. So now I'm using engine blue, which is a darker blue. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to spray, if you like, across the bubbles from a very shallow angle, like that. I'm not really bothered if I get any overspray on the sides, I can always sand that off later. But I'm going to come in at a very shallow angle, so basically I'm just hitting one side of the bubble. just like that. Then I'm going to carefully turn this round, like that. And on this side of the bubbles, to give a shadowing effect, I'm using, again from Halfords, Appliance Gloss White. I'll look and see what that's like. I usually do a couple of sprays of these.
Jen's Woodworking's asking, is that water on it?
Yes, it is, Jen. And then another coat of white. And that's all it should need. So what happens now, if I was doing this ordinarily, what I'd do is take this in the house, leave it 24 hours, and what happens is all the water dries out and evaporates, so everything goes basically flat. And then I hit it with, I don't know, 5 or 6 coats of lacquer, then I'll mount it back on the lathe and I'll turn the bowl part out of it. I've got the fire on in the workshop here, so it is pretty warm, so I've done this one first so I can put it to one side and actually see if it will dry.
Good Turn Durley's asking, what sheen is that?
What?
What sheen?
God, that's very bright on the screen, isn't it?
It's lovely, it looks really nice. I think it shows it well.
Thanks for the super chat, JP, much appreciated. Artie and Marty, back at you. Right, see if I can alter this and get it on. Can you see the wood there on the lathe?
Just, yeah. It's getting there. There's a bit of
Come on, reconnect.
yeah, it's just
Right, that should be it. Back on.
yeah.
Right, so now we're going to go on and do the vase. Now, none of these techniques that I'm going to show are my own. I watch a hell of a lot of art channels on YouTube, so I'll pick up all these up from there. I think the difference between what I do and what they tend to do on the art channels, they use as a base colour acrylic paint, which they usually leave wet when they're doing any sort of extra techniques. I tend to use either a black gloss paint or an ebonizing lacquer, and I usually leave it to get dry. And that's the main difference between what I do and what they do on the art channels. The other thing that I do differently as well is that they tend to do it all on flat work. I use 3D as well, so I do it on the vases as well.
Claire's Crofty Corner's just come in. Good night, everybody there.
Hi Claire. I thought she was already in. Don't worry. Now the reason that basically everything's getting a black base, if you like, is because I'm going to be using Joe Sonia paints, Joe Sonia Iridescent paints. And the way the paint is made up, it only properly shows its colour against a dark background. Right, so that's the vase done. This little piece here, this is just a piece of spaltered silver birch. which I've had lying about. It's a bit thin to do anything with, so I thought it might be good as a wall hanging. If I put that down there, can you see it okay?
A little bit, yeah, that'll be better already.
Right, so I've got this and I've got another bowl blank that I'm going to basically do black. Now this is just a practice piece. It'll not be going up for sale or anything.
Bespoke.
Hi Andy.
He's just going to look up and hopefully he'll study go when he gets home, so he'll catch you shortly.
No bother.
JP Woodworks asking, do you have to use black or can you use any colour as long as it's dark?
You could probably use a darker colour, a bit like navy blue.
Yeah,
or
Woody
a
Woodcock-
purple,
Woody
something like
Woodcock's
that.
just asking, can you use a blue? And Kevin Newman says, evening from Sunny's auntie. Very nice.
Hiya Kev. I bet you've got a pint in your hand. Right, I'll just put that to one side. Which side? This is full of dust.
Can you pull it just towards you a bit more, Wayne? Yeah.
That it?
It just wasn't catching this sign. DIY Dog Matters saying that sure does look pretty with the wood grain showing out the way it does.
Well, this is a piece of ash. The vase is a piece of ash. And the water drop bowl is a piece of ash as well. This one will cover in there. And that'll do for that. Right, so the vase, this is going to have, am I still on the vase?
To the camera up,
Up a
just
bit.
wee bit, yeah.
That it?
Yeah.
Right. What I'm going to do with the vase, I'm going to take it out of this chuck and reverse mount it in a different one. I'm right-handed, and trying to do the string pull the wrong way around to me is a bit difficult.
Claire's Crafty Corners asking, do you use a lot of spray paint? If so, where do you get it from? She's been using some from a proper cheap company called Spray Step.
Right. I don't use a hell of a lot, so I usually just tend to go to Halfords. So that's it reverse mounted. When I finish the vase off, or the vase off I should say, I'll bring the tailstock up and I'll turn off all this extra here. But for the moment, it'll be fine the way it is, because all I'm doing on it is painting. Right. Mixing cups. Is it showing?
Right.
Okay. Plastic shot glasses from Tesco's. So I'm going to use 3 colours in this. I'm using the gold iridescent.
Took them in that way, didn't
Yeah.
you?
I'm using the gold iridescent from Joe Sonia. I'm using the green iridescent from Joe Sonia. That one's drunk, must have been on my wine. And I'm using the, oh, not the red, not the red. Using the violet. Now the thing is with these things, one of the main things you're going to notice with these paints if you start using them, is that when you pour them out, they all come out the same colour. So they all come out creamy coloured. I think this one must be nearly empty.
Seems to be quite a lot of places sell the different paints and that. There's a few comments coming up about.
And the other thing about Joe Sonia paints as well is, you don't really have to use a lot. They go a hell of a long way. Now what I usually do, so I can remember the colours, is put the wee pot behind the cup. Either that or I'll label the cups.
Steve's just come in saying hi for Wood Turning Live with Steve.
Hi Steve!
DIY Dark Matter says, Wayne, I must say that you have lovely hands. You could be a hand model.
Jazz dancing. Right, where the put me medium. And it's quite thick, this paint, so I am using flow medium as well, so I can thin it down a bit. And then what I use is a mixer, barbecue bamboo skewers.
Just down a bit, Wayne. This way, give me a bit. Yeah.
Barbecue bamboo skewers. Well, I'll quickly just get these mixed up. Now the string pull I'm doing on this one is going to be the sort of the leaves type of one. The string pull I'm going to do on the small wall hanging is going to be feathers. Now you can use any type of iridescent paint you want. It's just that I find, stand still, I find the Joe Sonia ones work particularly well because of the type of paint they are. They're classed as a interference paint, which means you get a lot of shimmering colours when you change the light. Right, so now what I've got, 3 bits just of a cottony type of wool, and I'm going to place 1 in each of the pots.
Wayne Bigfoot Woodcraft's asking, will you be taking any of your work to Harrogate?
No, Harrogate is not about me. Harrogate is about me demonstrating Yorkshire grit. Unless of course Valerie wants to see some of the stuff. And if I forgot any about, I'll bring it down.
Yeah, he says you would like a nosy.
I'll see what I can do, Wayne. But there won't be anything on show.
David McClernand's just come in saying hello to everyone.
Hi, David.
And Andy C says he's just caught up, he's missed the beginning, and what's the percentage of the mixtures?
Good question. Right, I tend to use, I start off with about 80% paint to about 20% Floetrol, and if I find that too thick, I just add more Floetrol. Right, I'm going to start this one off. No. Can you see the top of the vase there, or not?
Yes. Yeah, you can't see you from here, but you can see the vase.
Right, okay. Right, I'll start off with the violet. I always get that flaming knot at the end. I should have gloves on, but it's only acrylic paint and it doesn't really matter. And basically what I'm going to do is just lay this on. Just in a wiggly line down the vase until we get down to the bottom like that. Just let it sit for a second or two, just to make sure that there is paint going to go onto the vase. And then basically you just take the bottom, put my finger there, and you just pull it down, straight down. And there we are.
Very nice.
I'll wipe off that excess from the bottom. I'll be finishing off, hopefully finishing off the bottom of the vase anyway, so it should get rid of that.
Can you just sort of spin it towards now then, just to see the...
Is that it?
It will be, yeah.
That's grand.
Yeah, lovely, yeah.
So that's that one.
Very nice.
So I'll go on and let's see, that's there. So if I put that at around about 20 past.
Lots of cools, wows, stunning. Very nice. And Andy C says you make it look really easy.
That's because it is. If it was difficult, I wouldn't do it. You can get different effects if you do different things. So we'll just wrap that round in a wee bit of a knot there.
Got some nice positive comments coming through.
Good. Thanks for all the nice comments.
I taught him all he knows.
And then we'll just pull that one down. So this one's the green one. Okay.
Yeah, that bit, yeah. It's grand, lovely. Really nice.
And finally, we will do the gold.
Mick Fagan's asking, or saying, I haven't tried it, but can you use airbrush to spray the Joe Sonia on?
Not for this technique, Mick, but yes, there is nothing wrong with using an airbrush to spray on Joe Sonia paints, as long as you get it obviously thin enough to go through the airbrush.
Woody Woodcraft's asking, I'm sure he's referring to this, is how much do you sell them for?
Average price for these, depending on size, this one is, or will end up, around about 6 inches by about 3.5 inches. I'd probably sell this for around about 50 quid.
I think that's the beard just come in there. Saying hi to everyone.
Evening, Rich. I give you a shout out earlier on, so hopefully people will go across to your channel and sub. Right, I'm going to put this one aside. I'll just take the whole chuck off. I'm just going to put this one to one side.
Hoppers 2010, he's saying hello there. He's just taking some time out from relaxing in Mallorca.
Right,
He's,
very nice
he's
as well.
missing his turning. Mike Kolodzinski, hope I said that right. He says, is £1 a nickname for £1? Yeah.
Hi, Mike. Right, the next one. You see that one? Very difficult, black against black.
So towards that corner.
Yeah.
That's about right.
Right, I'm probably going to add another colour on this one. So I'll just get the red. It's a new red.
Maple Tree Studios says, I've just had a man with a blue light pop his head around the corner. Scott says, hi, Wayne.
Hi, Scott. Can you see the side of the palette there?
Yes.
Where my finger is?
Yeah.
Right. What I'm going to do with this one, shift that over the way a second. What I'm going to do with this one is just put some paint in drops down here, different colours.
Leona's asking, she says, Wayne, when you're making a few projects, would you do them like this way, like prepare them all first and then do all the colourings in one go, or would you just colour each one as you make it?
No, I do your first option there, Leona. I tend to do, if I'm in here all day, let's say if I'm doing a whole load of bowls in one day, 7 or 8 bowls in one day, basically what I do all the bottoms, get all the bottoms finished, then I do all the tops and the insides and get them finished. And if there was any colouring going on, I do all the colouring at the same time as well. Go back to the first one, just another dot of paint.
Does the paint that you've mixed and don't use keep for a few days, Andy C's asking?
Yeah, just stick some cling film over the top and it'll be absolutely fine. Right. Just get another piece of wool. Move that through. I'm just going to size up the piece of wool on this, just so I don't make it too long.
And Cheryl Bennett's son has just come in to say hello.
Was that Tom?
It just says hello, this is Cheryl's son.
Oh,
Just
right.
so his name is.
It'll be either Tom or Jake, one of the two.
And the beard says, hang on Wayne, you have 20 likes, where's all your unlikes?
He mustn't be in tonight.
Or is that the whole 3 minute of his life?
Oh, I didn't time it. I was going to do a 6-minute intro tonight. I didn't time it. Now what I'm trying to do is get this piece of cotton all covered in the paint. Oh, I'll just get a clean mixer. Right. Right, there should be enough on there. So all I'm going to do with this one is just place it as much in the centre as I can. Like that. Just give it a wee tap to make sure all the paint's on there.
Woody Woodcraft's asking, do you sell a lot of the vases?
I would say I've sold every one I've made so far, Woody. Right, so what I do now, if you can still see okay, I'm going to take the end of the wool that hasn't got any paint on, and I'm just going to flip it round on itself. So all we'll do is go like that. Okay. Place it back down in the paint again. Do it again, lay that down. Like that. And just bring it round again. Like that. And then basically what you do is lay it back down the centre and just draw it out, and that gives you the quill.
Tracy, oh my god, I absolutely love it.
Right, so I'll just quickly stick a couple more on. Let's see, where's me? Yeah, I've got all my bloody paints mixed up because I didn't keep them in the right order. That must be Berkey's fault. Blame Berkey.
They say she's absolutely going to have a go at that. Wayne Bigfoot is asking, is the Joe Sonia paints best for a starter? Because Valerie would really is wanting to have a go.
Right, I buy the small pots. I think you get a set of 6. Can you see that? Okay. You get a set of 6 for about £30, and that's from the just from the, I think it's Joe Sonia UK website.
DIY Dark Matter says all this talent in the hands of a model.
He's got a thing about me.
Yeah.
He was talking about my smock coming off last week.
All right. Christine and Michael Hesseltine, very nice, Wayne, and clearly explained. Thank you. And Leona says, Dark, you really do love those hands, don't you? It's all true. That looks nice. And Joe Nice Wonder, I think that's it. Do you use gesso for your base?
No, I use spray-on ebonizing lacquer or spray-on gloss paint. I think if you've just joined us, I was saying earlier on that unlike a lot of people that do this type of work, I don't tend to leave the base wet or put it onto a wet base. I tend to have the base dry and use the technique like that. Right, just a final one from the other side. And that's that one done. If you want to see anything or the places that I've learned from, on YouTube, if you just type in string pull art, you'll see loads of it coming up. People use string, they use chain, they use just about anything they can to do this this type of art. And for the likes of what Rich was doing last night with the dirty pours or the pouring, if you type in the search in YouTube and look for fluid painting, and that's what will come up on that one. One guy who I like watching is a guy called Rob Smith. He's Dutch. There's him and his wife. I just enjoy the videos because they get on very well together and they do good collaborations together. So there it is. Like I say, it's just a practice piece. I haven't gotten all the way around with the black and everything. It was just basically to show you how to do a bit of a different technique using string pull. So that's the feather effect.
Nice.
I'll stick that to one side. My God, it's only 29.
And he says they don't need to watch any other videos because you have the master right here.
I wouldn't exactly go that far, but thank you for that. Right, for this one, what I'm basically going to do is just put blobs of paint on. I'm going to try, if I can, and do a galaxy effect. I think it was last April I did a bowl which was called Galaxies and Planets, and I did do a video of it, so you can go and watch it. And I used a bloom for spreading the paint. Doing this type of work, you can use blooms, you can use blown up vinyl gloves, you can use cling film, you can use crumpled up plastic bags, bubble wrap, you can even use the non-slip matting that you get for routers and things like this. You can use just about anything doing this type of work.
You can just push it into that corner a bit, yeah. Leona's asking, could you do a centrifugal patterns with those paints?
Yes. Do you want to see one?
Yes, please, she would.
I've already started putting this green on, so what I'll do, I'll just leave the green on, and that'll be fairly good starting point.
Yeah, there's a few people would like to see it.
You see that okay?
Just pick it next.
Might be better.
Just a touch more. It's
Touch
missing
more.
about that much on the top of the thing.
Right. Right, I've already got green on there, so I'm just going to start this up. That's up at about 1600, it's turning up there.
Claire's Crafty Corner says she's actually excited about seeing this.
Give us a minute, I'm going to have to mix some more paint. I might use a different... Right, I'm not going to use Joe Sonia for this. For this one, I'm going to use Chestnut Iridescence. They're a bit looser or a bit runnier. They don't have the same shimmering effect as what you get with just on your paints. So that's the cerise. Bit dark, you might not be able to see it very well. This is yellow. Everything's turned green anyway, so we might as well stick some on.
Yeah, everybody's well impressed by that.
Right, what I'll do with I've got purple left, so I'll do it in a separate place just to give a different effect. I've got my nozzle blocked up.
Okay. What speed are you spinning at there?
1600.
Leona's asking.
Spin at 1600, Leona.
That looks nice with the green.
Right, so that's the purple on there as well. So I'll give that a couple of few minutes to dry. Do you think it needs anything else? Or? It's looking a bit dark to me.
What about if you put something like right in the centre, you know, the actual...
That's getting taken out.
All right, got you. Caitlin the cat, she's asking, does the paint go everywhere?
Yes, Caitlin.
It's all over.
Yeah. It's hit the wall behind us. Always stand to one side, Caitlin, and always have something covering the bed bars of your lathe as well. There we go. It starts standing out a wee bit more.
Nice. Alright, looks like the video's stopped actually.
Eh? The video stopped?
Yeah. I can still hear you.
Right. Hang on a wee second. I've dropped the clamp for the phone. On the phone.
Yeah, camera's back.
Oh.
A couple of his screws was loose there.
Come on. That's better. Sorry about that, chaps. I was getting a low battery warning. I hadn't switched the cable on.
Yeah, lots of people agree and your screws loose.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate the support. Right, I'll just get some of these pins put away. I'm having a quick look at the water drop boat to see if there's got any chance of it actually drying tonight. It is drying. I'm just putting some more shavings on the fire to warm the place up. Shavings on the fire to warm the place up.
And is it dry now?
Yeah.
He is watching, but he's also working on the van at the same time.
Good one, Steve. That's what I like to see. That's his feminine side coming out. Multitasking. Right, I'm just getting paints and stuff put away at the moment. I'm giving this a chance to dry, and then hopefully we'll be able to get this finished off.
Do you want a drink bringing in? I'm just going to get a drink.
Oh.
We've got one.
So you can get a drink. I'll keep an eye on the chat. Paula's just gone to get a drink, so I'll just come and see what people are saying in the chat while that paint dries. No probs about the shout out, Rich, anytime. I'm a bugger for doing this, feeling things to see if it's dry, especially when you know you shouldn't.
I'm just making sure my internet on my phone's off so it wasn't too indicative.
Well, I'm on here. I'm on here.
Yeah, just.
Right, we should be back just shortly. Don't call me shorty. Let me know if you say anything, Paula.
Yep.
Sorry about this, guys. I'm in one of those areas that really doesn't get very good internet.
It's coming up a couple of people list.
Right, hit the... Let's see if that does anything for us. No. Or does it?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we're back there.
Right, back here. Let us know if it's still streaming okay, if it's buffering.
Right.
Right. What I've done, I've just used my parting tool just to show where the bolt is going to be. So now I'm just going to get it cleaned out. Right, I'll just get my calipers out to see how thick the bowl is. Yep, that's fine. There we are. So I'm starting off with 80 grit and I'll be working through to 240.
Terry's asked me to ask you, can you stop the lathe just so that they can see, because the stream's a bit low resolution at the minute.
Alright, okay. So now I'm going to place on some acrylic spray-on sand sealer.
What's that for? What do you put that on for?
So anywhere that's turn the lathe right down, it sort of knocks down the fibres of the wood,
Right.
so then I can go over it again with the sander and it makes it a hell of a lot more smooth. Right guys, we're just waiting for the sand and sealer to dry.
DIY dark matter says looks great. Thinks he would leave the middle the way it was. Leona, she's forgetting to buy some sealer. She knew she needed something.
That's nearly dry.
Debbie Beardo says looking great, Wayne, as always.
Thanks, Debbie. Still a bit tacky in places. Right, I'm just going to knock that sand and sealer back, and I'm using the orange coloured abrasive pad. This one I think is the equivalent to about 1200 grit, because I'm not really wanting to hit it with any hard abrasive on here, because I don't really want to take any of the colour off, but I do want to knock the sand and sealer back. Round. Sack the juggler. Right, can everybody see that? Or do I need the...
Just towards that corner again.
Right, I'm going to have to turn the thing round it, otherwise it'll get covered in paint. Won't they?
I think that'll do it.
Right, so this one's going to get finished with a lacquer.
You kind of sort of see this side of it, but you can see most of it.
And the camera. That'll be the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
Move that back there.
Just put the camera down a little bit that way. Spot on. Lovely.
Right then. I use... I'm flaming flying here.
Claire's
I
asking,
suppose.
Claire's asking, can you hold it up if you can?
Too much light on it.
Towards the bit. Towards the bit. Yeah, lovely. Yeah.
Right, so I use Isopon Clear Coat. Again, this is something that I get from Alfred's. Other auto stores are available. And the thing is, when you're using lacquer, it's always best to do thin coats and lots of them. Now what I am going to do is just spin it round, because I probably didn't get the far side of the inner bowl. And I'll just go over everything. Let that dry, and then we'll come back and do another coat. I'm just checking on the paint on the vase. That's got a couple of small wet spots still at the moment, so I don't really want to put that back on the lathe and spin it just now. The water drop bowl, it is drying, but it's taking its time. The feather wall hanging, that's got a couple of wet bits still.
Leona says it's a lot of projects done in the space of an hour, well done. And AH Bespoke says looks like a reverse eyeball.
Cheers, Andy. It doesn't actually take this lacquer very long to dry, and it certainly won't in here tonight. Like I say, it is very warm in here tonight. Any questions while we're standing or sitting and watching paint dry? I'll tell you what I'll do, just as another quick one. That over there for now.
DIY job. Mark asks, how long have you been doing this for?
trying to figure it out. I think I've been doing this for 33 years, Doc. Started in 1986.
And Mick Fagan says, yep, where's me pizza, Wayne?
Sorry, Mick. Couldn't afford the ferry.
DIY says, you know it's been a long time when you've got to stop and think about it.
Right, all I'm going to do with this is just to show you another technique. I'm just going to bring that back a bit.
Leona says, you've been doing this nearly her whole life.
Right, I know.
Claire's Crafty Corner says, thank you so much, Wayne. They've been very, very proper inspiring. She's got to go good night.
Oh, night, Claire.
And DIY says, 30 years. Wow. Well, it shows.
It shows in my face as well. Right, guys, all I'm going to do with this, just to show you another technique, what I'll do a painting technique on this. This is going to be the bottom of a platter. So I'll just do a quick painting technique thing that I do, and then tomorrow when I turn the platter I'll just take it off again. So I'm just going to clean this up a wee bit.
This is buffering again.
Sorry?
This is buffering again. Is it anything to do with like these being open? The thing
is.
saying the message keeps coming up. I wonder if it's.
Shut that down. Shut that down. Is it still going on here?
Jumping.
Quickly give that a sanding.
Thanks, Maple. Had a bit of a panic going on there, but sorted. He's just saying that it's fine. It was actually fine for them. It was supposed to just froze here.
Maple's called Dale Line.
Dale, right. And Huey Lion's Heart has just come in there.
Hi, Huey.
and Hurley's just come in, said he's tempted to go back to the beginning, but he's going to save it for tomorrow.
Again, sand and sealer. Just let that quickly dry. Pallet back up.
David, I think it's Dooley or Dooley's just come in again.
Hi David.
He says he's late again, as usual, but hi everyone.
Just quickly knock that back.
Spot on there.
Right then. Stabilising lacquer again.
So Jake, who is Cheryl Bennett's son, he's off now, and he's thanking everybody for the welcome and hospitality.
Night, Jake.
And Caitlin, the cat says, do you always spray with the grain?
Good question, Caitlin. No, this is just how I happened to put it down. Right, I would usually get it a hell of a lot better than that, but that's going to be, I think for what I'm trying to show tonight, that's going to be absolutely fine. So I'll give it a few minutes to get that dried. Bring the paint pots back out again. Just check which one's which. I think this violet's just about empty.
DIY is asking, when you're done using your paint safety board, do you sell it as a modern art?
God, I wish. We're just about out of green as well.
I can't remember if you already said how.
Set of 6, these are the tester ones. The set of 6, I think from the juice on your website, I did just look today, I think they're about 30, 31 pounds, something like that.
But you just use a tiny bit, you said.
Well, you only
just
use a tiny bit, you don't have to use a hell of a lot. I think, like I said earlier on, this is not the way the actual painters use flow medium. They tend to put, I think it's an 80-20, 80 water, 20 flow medium, mix that together, and then as they're using the paints, because a lot of acrylics do come out very thick, they use the water to thin it down with the flow medium mixed in. And what flow medium actually does, it'll help the paint flow easier, but it doesn't take away any of the characteristics of the paint, so it doesn't actually thin the paint down. If you
So it
see
doesn't
what I
like
mean.
react with it or anything like
Yeah,
that.
it
you
sort
know?
of reacts, but it does allow it to flow a lot easier.
Scott's just come into the room.
Hi Scott. We've just got a couple of wee. Well, that's really be fine. Right, have we got any bubble wrap? I can't tie knots and balloons.
You can't.
No.
I'm usually like that. Leona's asking, what do the paints turn out like if you don't put the...
Flow medium in.
No, it says if you don't put the black vase down, but then she's corrected and said the base. So I don't know whether she means the black base or
Yeah,
the...
it'll be the
yeah.
and the black. They tend to stay fairly creamy, to tell you the truth, Leona, because they don't have, they need the dark background for the paint to react on. If you just hang on till I get this knot tied in this balloon. It still does show the colour, but I don't think that it shows it as well as when it's on a dark background. You see that?
down a bit. Yeah, you can see that there, yeah. Yeah, so you don't get the effects in it, do you? So.
Right, let's get some paint on here. Now what I'll probably do, seeing as how this is just a test piece, I'll probably show a few different techniques on here. That's the green one first. For this particular one over here, I'm going to put a few drops of paint well together, and on the rest I'm just going to start splotting them about.
On the video's frozen again.
Oh,
Yeah.
no doubt.
That's frozen for everybody else as well. And no audio now either. There we go. Video's there, no audio.
No audio.
No, Paul is frozen the audio. No, Paul in the video is frozen. Sorry. And no audio. Video is there. Going again back. Oh, we're gonna go back.
It's saying low battery. Why is it saying low battery?
Yeah, we're all back on.
Yeah, but I'm not.
It's just not me. There, we're on that way.
Another one of them nights with the tech. One bloom, half blown up. So this is the first technique I'm going to do, and on these four here that I've put close together, this is what I'm going to use the balloon on. I might use it on some other bits as well, but I'm certainly going to use it on this. But basically what it is, put down, twist, and if you want a galaxy effect, spread it across the wood. There you go. On some of the others, you can just splodge. Which gives a very nice effect as well. Don't think that will spread far enough. So these are different effects you can get. Then we'll need bubble wrap. Final glove, just scrunched up. And it doesn't really matter if the paint mixes, it just adds to the effect more. So there's 3 effects there, and the final one I'll do is what's commonly called the cosmic cloud effect. And this one,
Can you do some of that matting with the mat thing that we've got?
right. Just at this end, I'm just using a piece of the non-slip mat. The non-slip mat actually works a hell of a lot better if you're using an airbrush and spraying through it.
Oh, right,
But that's the type of effect you get with that. Now what I'm using here, I'm using my airbrush, but I'm just going to use it to move the paint about. And like I say, it was Gary Lowe who I first saw doing this. I think Tim Yoder in the States did it as well, and give Gary a mention. I'll just add some more paints in here. Like I say, this is a practice piece, it'll all be coming off tomorrow anyway.
I like that one with the airbrush. It's nice that.
Oh.
And Andy's asking, what do you think goes through the airbrush better, the Joe Sonia or chestnut?
It really all depends. With the chestnut, you don't have to thin it down as much because it's fairly runny. With the Joe Sonia, you've got to thin them down quite a lot because it's very thick and creamy to get it to go through the airbrush. There was a bit of paint left in this airbrush. That's what all that wetness is there. So you just spread it about willy-nilly.
And Leon was saying how much it's like a rose part of the airbrush effect, and it is as well. It does look like a rose.
So there you are. I'll just stick some in there. That's just showing some different techniques. I don't think he puts many videos out, but if you watch Mick Hanbury, he does a hell of a lot with Joe Sonia paints and gets some really, really good results. Other people for colouring, Nick Agar, he does brilliant colouring and texturing as well. Who else? Stuart Farini. He does a hell of a lot with spray brushing, airbrushing, and spray cans as well. John Clothier, he tends to mix his painting up with quite a lot of gold leaf. Martin Sabin Smith with these intrinsic colours. I'm trying to think of others. If JP's still out there, you can probably think of some others.
The blue light turner, he's mentioning Gary who was wicked at the Chestnut weekend.
Oh, Gary's the guy who originally did the Cosmic Cloud. Gary Lowe, that's his name. Everybody say that?
Yeah, really nice.
The thing is, with the Joe Sonia paints, I don't know if it'll affect it because I've got loads of lights on.
Can you just swivel it with, and then you can actually see like the shine and that, and the different colours coming through.
Because you get the depth, you get the shadowing.
Yeah, it's lovely all together, just like that. It looks lovely. It just looks like different flowers or something like from the bottom of an ocean, coral reef type. It's really nice.
So that's the different techniques. I'm sorry, but I don't think I've had this beside fire and it's just not going to dry. But that's the water drop bowl. I'll get it finished tomorrow and I'll stick photographs up. When I first started doing videos, which was 2 years ago. Early on, I did do a water drop bowl. It's in 2 parts, the water drop bowl video. So if you want to see how it's done, you can do that. I was hoping to get this finished tonight, but I don't think I will. I think it's going to be the same with the vase as well, because the paint hasn't actually dried properly. Shavings, only paint. Because the paint hasn't dried properly, I've still got some creaminess there. I'm not going to be able to get that finished tonight either. It's just a bit of a shame, but these things happen.
That looks nice with the grain of the wood still being there as well, doesn't it? Looks really nice.
So guys, I'll put the camera up so you can see my ugly mug.
Ivo Woods just come in saying hi.
Oh yeah. Right, let me know if that's showing me. If not, you can just open it with the handle. Will it come up yet?
Do I just tilt it?
Yeah.
Right, so. DIY says, oh look how sexy Wayne's chin looks.
Thanks, Doc.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. It's a tiny smidgen more and that'll do it, yep.
Fine. Right then, so I think that's it for tonight. I was actually hoping to get oh, hang on, where's the other bowl?
Leona says, how dare you not get 5 projects finished in an hour and a half? Unsubscribe. And
Right,
Jen's,
there's the...
Jen's Woodworking's asking what's wrong with the vase.
The paint's still wet. And if I stick it on the lathe and spin it to finish the bottom off, the paint's just going to spread about, which will take away from the effect of the leaves. Right then. You see that? There's the centrifuge bowl. It's only had 1 coat of lacquer on, so tomorrow it'll probably get another few coats on while I'm out here. Or am I out here tomorrow? I might not be in the workshop tomorrow. I think I've said to you before that I've got my work going into a new shop next week, so I want to pop through to the shop just to see what space I've got and see if I need to get any stands and things like this for showing me work. But I think that's it for tonight. Has anybody got any questions before we depart into the house and have a glass of red, as per usual? How many's in for?
35.
35?
Yeah.
Quiet night tonight.
Yeah. Everybody's saying, thanks, it's been a good night. Lots of nice comments and what have you. DIY says, do a video of your shop.
No.
Of the shop venue.
Of the shop venue. I'll probably take some photographs and show the stand. If anybody's interested, because it's an arts and crafts cooperative I'm part of in Dumfries and Galloway, and it's called PA Pop-Up. So if you just put that into Google, PA Pop-Up, and it should come up with the website. We're in 3 venues in Dumfries and Galloway. There's a shop in Castle Douglas, a shop in Kirkcudbright, and a seasonal shop in a town called Gatehouse of Fleet. That's where I've got my work at the moment. That's seasonal. It's closing at the end of October, but I have been offered a place in the Kirkcudbright shop, which is open all year round. So I'm very pleased with that, because my stuff's been selling well in the Gatehouse.
Wayne Bigfoot says that was all brilliant. They've loved every minute of it, and he thinks Valerie will be rewatching this quite a few times over the next few weeks.
I can see you having to lower your lathe down so Valerie can get to it, Wayne.
Leona says, great job, Wayne. She can't wait to try the centrifugal one tomorrow. Thank you for sharing your techniques. She's enjoyed that.
Oh, no bother. That's what I'm here for.
Billy Bird, great stuff, mate. Thanks for all the info from David. And Jen's woodworking says as soon as we're all done, she's rewinding to see what was missed. And then DIY says they know a master wood turner when they see one, Wayne.
Well, I wouldn't actually go that far. There's quite a few things I haven't mastered.
And the blue light turner says colour the beard, Wayne.
No.
Lots of positive comments. Awesome show. Yeah, everybody's enjoyed it.
Right, thanks
Good,
guys. Much appreciated. I'm pleased you're enjoying what I'm doing. I'm actually very, very happy with the audience I'm getting. I was totally gobsmacked when, I think it was a few weeks ago, that Dale had actually told us there was nearly 60 in, and I thought, God, my. So I'm very happy with that. So thanks for turning up. Thanks for taking the time to turn up. I will be back next Wednesday. I will also be on Richard's channel, The Beard Times 16. Like I say, if you're not already subscribed, nip across to his channel and subscribe. He's got some good stuff on there. He has a live on Tuesday evening at 8 o'clock, and he started inviting guests in. So I was in briefly, I was in for an hour last night, but I think I'm in for the whole show next week. I have got shop duty up north of Glasgow, so I might be a wee bit late, but I'll try and get here on time. So that's us for the night, guys. Like I say, thanks for watching. I don't know what we're doing next week. If you do rewatch or rewind, or rewatch, if you do watch it again, if you want to stick in the comments anything that you want to see. Rich did suggest me starting to do some videos on me live, do some basic techniques for people. I'll have a think about that one. I did agree to it last night, but then other people have already done that. Mike Walt has got a fantastic series for beginners in wood turning, which he's done over the years, so I don't see any reason for doing it again, really. So that's it, I'm off. I've waffled on too much, so I'll let you get off and go and do what you were already doing, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.